Hey guys, today I am going to watch this video called Coffee Badging the Next Dumb Corporate Buzzword by Joshua Fluke. He's in turn talking about a video that CNBC recently released, which is, well, talking about coffee badging. Apparently it's a new corporate buzzword, one of those new terms that are out there in the workplace. It is hard to keep track of all of them, so I'm going to talk about that as well, but let's watch, and don't forget to subscribe, and well, let's just watch.
You're okay with gaming the system? You're okay swiping in and swiping out?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about dumb corporate buzzwords. Probably
Yeah.
heard of bare minimum Mondays, quiet quitting, everyone's heard of that one, rage applying, but today we have a brand new one.
There are so many dumb corporate buzzwords: rage applying, rage quitting, quiet hiring, quiet quitting. It's like everyone wants to come up with a new term to make news out from that. It's just ridiculous to me. Things used to be most simpler.
And that is called coffee badging.
Well, with more companies telling employees that they have to return to the office at least part of the week, many are getting sneaky with how long they're actually staying in the office.
That's right. This includes what's become known as coffee badging, where people basically just show up, get their coffee, then turn around and leave. And Fox 5's G. Kova shows us how this trend got started and if employers are starting to catch on.
They design
I believe this is what happens when you force people to do something that they don't want to do. I mean, many companies in many industry sectors, like the tech industry, the every industry out there is basically just now forcing people to go back to the office after working remotely for like 2-3 years, during and after the pandemic. So obviously some people are not going to like that, and then are going to do something about that. Maybe they are not going to quit because they need the job, but they are going to do something like this, like coffee batching, which apparently means just going to the office a few hours to get your coffee and, well, leave the office. To be fair, most people didn't like to go to the office like full time. They used to like leave the office as soon as they could. So I don't think this is just something new. It is just a new term.
the check boxes with arbitrary whys as for their reasoning behind them, and so the employees are doing exactly what you would expect. Show up, check the box, and go home, because work is an activity, not a location. Sure, there are some jobs that you need to be on location, but for the ones where people are coffee badging,
Let's be honest, whoever really enjoys going into the office for work?
I feel like if you post that question to LinkedIn, you would have answers of everyone telling you how much the office has made them into a better person.
To many, that's
I believe there are people out there that enjoy going to the office, but there are also people that don't enjoy going to the office. So to me, it's just a matter of freedom. Just give people the freedom to choose between working remotely or working in an office. It's just as simple as that. I don't know why is that so hard.
why the pandemic was the perfect way to pivot and work from home for good. But a lot of companies are now demanding their employees actually come to work, at least some of the week.
So here's the thing that none of these newscasts mention. People got jobs that started off full-time remote, and then the company says, actually, we're going to need to bring all those people we hired remote full-time into the office. And so you get this. All they can do is really play the game. And
Exactly. That's my biggest problem with this new trend of going back to the office. If you were hired to do work remotely, and they told you in your contract you're going to be able to work from home, and then they tell you no, we want you to go back to the office because we don't really like that work remotely stuff anymore. People are not going to like that. You should respect what you told people from the very beginning. So yes, it is just wrong. Imagine that a company tells you, yes, don't worry, you're going to be able to work remotely. You can be with your family. You can take care of your own personal stuff and all of that. And then they tell you, oh, no, you are going to have to go to the office 3 times a week or every single day, then that's just wrong. People, let's just keep watching.
Coffee badging is playing the game, gaming the system, as you'll hear the news people say.
Coffee badgers. It's the newest workplace trend among employees where you come to work and show face. Maybe grab a coffee and talk amongst coworkers. Then after a little while, you leave. And so you earn your pretend badge just for showing up.
That's not what employees want to do. They don't want to come in and get coffee and talk and go home. That's what the CEOs want. Collaboration, creativity, and that's why all of the employees have to come into the office. But you'll notice that these CEOs making these rules that bring everyone back in are usually nowhere to be found. We have managers that value people talking and getting together, and then we have the actual people doing the work. Sorry, managers.
A recent survey from Owl Lab shows that 58% of nearly 2,000 employees on a hybrid work model admitted to coffee badging.
I'd say I'm more of a gym badger. Said hello, showed up, it's still early in the morning, time to get that workout in and go home and do some real work. But we'll have people like the CEO at the end of this Fox video here basically trying to threaten employees, try and make it dark and ominous if you're doing this.
Career expert Greg Gian.
Yes, it is fun to hear that because CEOs tell you that you have to go to the office every single day and they never show up. It's like, well, I mean, you want me to go to the office every single day, but then you talk about all the benefits of collaboration and teamwork and talking with your teammates, but then what about you? Why are you not showing up? That's just ridiculous.
Grande doesn't advise coffee badgers to try and game the system. After all, he says your boss may very well find out.
But speaking of monitoring, it's time to talk about today's video sponsor, and that is Aura. It's an online software that has almost every tool you need to keep you safe while browsing the web. Now, I say this almost every single segment, but Aura is one of those softwares that I really use every day. I use their password manager at least every day. I use their VPN at least a few times a week, and their credit monitoring and expense tracking has been nothing but helpful since I've been traveling and living this lifestyle in an RV full-time out on the road. It's nice to know that if I drop my cards or lose my wallet or ID, then I'll get a notification if someone tries to run my card or whatever. And that's actually happened. But besides those tools, they also have an antivirus that you can use, as well as data broker removal. If you don't know what that means, well, basically all those free websites that you've signed up for and told them all of your likes and dislikes. Data brokers, they know all about it and they sell that information to other people. But with Aura, you can log in and request that these data brokers remove the information that they've been collecting about you. So I can tell you that I've done it and I've noticed a significant decrease in the amount of spam communication coming my way. So if you're thinking about ways that you can help stay safe online, then click my link down in the description or go to aura.com/fluke and you'll get a free. What do you have to lose? At least see what the internet has on you. But now let's jump back into coffee badging and find out if we should all be doing that or not.
If you're a coffee badger and you're only showing up for an hour or two, your employer is going to know that, and I don't think they're going to accept that as showing up for the day for very long.
You're okay with gaming the system? You're okay swiping in and swiping out?
Yeah.
What about companies? Don't they game the system, the tax system specifically, stock buybacks, and all these other investments? But employees gaming the system, the other gamers, right? That's not allowed. That's bad. So one-sided.
Experts don't advise college grads or anyone new to the workforce to try coffee badging. It may very well get you fired. Instead, they say try to enjoy the socialization and think of the way work was supposed to be.
Come in.
It is also fun to me that they tell you that to enjoy socialization. Sorry, I can't speak right now. But they tell you to enjoy talking with your teammates and with your coworkers and all of that. But they also sometimes put you in these small cubicles. Like you can't even spread your arms. And if you try talking with someone, they tell you, shh, don't talk, work. It's like, well, didn't you say that you wanted me to go back to the office because you wanted collaboration and teamwork and all of that?
Twice a week, because that's what some random HR company said on LinkedIn is good for everyone. And you're just going to get some people checking boxes.
So people come in, beep, get a cup of coffee. What's going on, Fred? Yeah, you want to play pickleball tomorrow night? Great. And then they go home. Are you supposed to be in the office or not? Leader's not there. Leader's not aware.
They're not breaking the law by going in and then going home. It's what everyone's making it seem like. Like, no, dude, it's up to your company. If you can get away with it, do it. Why do you need to be at an office if you think that it distracts from you and your ability to work, but your boss makes some rule that you have to come in and doesn't really explain why. That's just the rule's the rule because he's the boss. You're going to get coffee badging.
The leaders that are coming up with these policies are acting out of fear. So for some of you go, man, I've got this micromanaging leader. They're micromanager. They're fearful. But for you that are following a controlling leader, the only shot you've got at staying in a place like that is getting to a place where you can build enough connection and conversation with your leader to figure out what they're afraid of.
It's not going to work. If you have a micromanaging CEO, you're not ever going to have time to talk to them or figure them out because
they are not going to like that.
micromanaging your work.
Can't go in and go, hey, I was listening to this guy, Ken Coleman, the other day, and he says, you're afraid. What are you afraid of? That's not a good idea, all right?
I don't feel like the only reason people micromanage is out of fear. There are other reasons.
If you've got a controlling leader and you can dig and connect and have conversations and asking smart questions kind of around the edges, you can dig in. Come on, folks, you know what I'm talking about. You can do this.
It's called finesse. If you basically want to manipulate, play your boss, just say it.
As the worker with a controlling leader, this is your opportunity to lead up and influence your leader.
Think about what you just said, Ken. If you have a controlling leader, do you think they're going to let someone below them
control
just start
them?
leading upwards?
Of course not.
If you have a controlling boss, they're going to shut that down.
Because now that you've ascertained or you've figured out, for those of you who are under the age of 50, don't know what that word ascertain means.
What is it with the ageism? My man, it is challenging, actually, to ascertain whether your propensity for ageism stems from your genuine beliefs or is it a mere reflection of your ingrained biases. Hopefully you know what all those words mean, Ken, because I'm definitely under 50.
I don't agree with how they're acting, but I understand how they're acting. This is the key to parenting teens. It's a season of life where they're literally insane.
Again with the ageism.
As a dad,
It is weird that he is comparing office workers to teens, and they tell you that if you have a controlling boss, a micromanaging boss, you are going to be able to control him by showing leadership. Usually bosses that want to micromanage you are not going to allow you to be a leader.
if I can understand why my teen is acting this way, okay, all right, now I can parent.
These people's fears can be so arbitrary and so far-fetched that you as an employee might not be able to do anything about it. And in some cases, you probably don't want to. Don't reach into people's fears like that, especially if it is driving a controlling behavior. I don't see a positive outcome for that. But what Ken is saying is just play the game, figure out what they're afraid of, and figure out how to use that to lead upwards or just coffee badge, and do you. Get another job, be overemployed. Professional polygamy, as Ken will say.
I'm coming at this as a parent. I am my most controlling when I am most fearful with my kids. When I'm on them like, oh.
I don't have kids, but this sounds like a terrible advice. You're going to try to control them as much as possible when you're fearful. Why not just trust them? This sounds like terrible advice for office workers and for parents, and this doesn't sound good at all. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you have kids? Do you want to be over controlling them, control every single aspect of their life? This just sounds weird, and I don't know, this doesn't sound like good advice.
A heavy blanket, and they're like, Dad, chill out.
When people are afraid, they can do other things besides control other people, like withdraw or find solutions for themselves.
Exactly.
Instead of outwardly, suddenly turning your own emotions to other people. You control because you're afraid.
And if I'm being honest, I am at my most controlling as a parent and husband. Somebody's going to have to send this to Stacy. She's going to really love this. When I am fearful, if I'm in my kid's life, I don't have to monitor them. I have results that I expect. You live in this house, this is what you do. And I'll explain it once, maybe twice why. After that, it's not about the why, it's the get it done. And if you're not getting it done, then we have a conversation.
Almost. He's this close. He's this close to understanding the entire point of results-oriented work. Right by. Anyways, what do you think about coffee badging? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click that subscribe button and click that thumbs up button, and I'll link Ken's video down there too, so you can go check out his commentary. Okay. And last but not least, I'd just like to say thanks again to Aura for sponsoring today's video. They renewed again, and that's thanks to the audience, so I am eternally grateful. Having said all that, I hope everyone is doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yes, this was a great video. It was very interesting. This is simply what you get when you force people to do something that they don't want to do. If you force them to go back to the office after telling them that they will be able to work from home, they are going to find ways around that. Some people are just going to quit, and you're going to lose valuable team members. So, yes, I don't know. This was a very interesting video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one.